Alright, so this is my Chaos Daedalus deck, September format 2020. It's a deck built around the card Chaos Daedalus, which is one of the new Chaos boss monsters that came out in Toon Chaos. Daedalus is a personal favorite monster design of mine in Yu-Gi-Oh! So when we pulled him in our opening, we just had to make him. So to start off, we're going to play with we're going to show our Chaos cards that we're playing, the big guys. I'm running two Chaos Daedalus. Three, definitely, even in this build, is something that's not necessary. Essentially, what Chaos Daedalus does is, like all Chaos, you summon him by banishing a light and dark monster from your grave. And while he's on the field and there's a field spell on the field, your light and dark monsters can't be targeted by your opponent's cards. So your light and dark monsters are safe from targeting, which makes them a little more annoying to deal with. And once per turn, Chaos Daedalus can banish cards on the field equal to the number of field spells up on the field. So if you have a field spell and your opponent has a field spell, that's 2. If only you or only your opponent, that's 1. Very good effect when that pops off. You know, banishing things is quite bothersome for your opponent. So we're playing 2 Chaos Daedalus. Chaos Creator. When he's summoned, when you special summon him from your hand, you can target 3 of your banished monsters, special summon 1, and put the other 2 on the bottom of the deck. So it recycles 2 of them into your deck to get later, and it summons 1 on the field now, which you can use to, summon monsters for extra deck plays, or summon just more monsters for OTK potential. Definitely a good card. Next, running the 1 Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. This guy's a big 3,000 body, but if you're in a bad position, this can be a good top deck because you can special summon him. And then if you haven't activated any other effects on the turn that you play, you can pay 1,000 life points, and everything in both players' fields and hands goes to the graveyard, and your opponent takes 300 life point damage for each card sent that way. So it can definitely finish off a duel where you haven't done so earlier. We got Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. Same as the other Chaos cards, except when he's on the field, you can either banish a monster your opponent controls, or when this card destroys a monster by battle, it can attack a second time in a row. So push through monsters, banish cards. And then 1 Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer can essentially banish a card once per turn in exchange for attacking. A lot of the cards you need are dark monsters because it could be better to run 2 Blackluster Soldiers, but because we need more of the dark monsters, I run 1 Chaos Sorcerer because he is just a dark version. He's not as flexible, but he's a good one of. And then I'm running Light Sworns as the main Chaos engine, so we are running 1 Judgment Dragon. Judgment Dragon, if there's 4 or more Light Sworns in the grave, you just special summon him from your hand for free, and pay 1,000 life points, wipe the field, 3,000 attack, big body, push for game. So those are kind of the big guys that you are running, the guys with heavy attack power. Running 3 Chaos Valkyria. This card has been excellent for me. You essentially can special summon it it can only be special summoned by a card effect, but it has a card effect where if you banish a light or dark monster from your grave, you can special summon it for free. And then when it's in the grave, if you banish it for one of your other Chaos cards, you can send a light or dark monster to the grave, so that gives you more materials to get out more Chaos monsters. Usually you send a dark card because we don't have as many dark monsters in this. Triple Lumina. Lumina is always a great Light Sworn card. Discard a card from your hand, special summon a Light Sworn from the grave. At the end phase, mill 3 cards. Normally you're getting back a Raiden or something that you can either make an extra deck monster with. Raiden lets you make Michael. Also lets you mill more cards. So, yep, Lumina. Great Light Sworn. We're also running Triple Hand of Raiden. He can mill 2 cards on your turn. Gains 200 attack for every Light Sworn, but mostly the milling cards get you your stuff back in, get you your Chaos banished materials in the grave. And he's a tuner, which lets you make synchro plays, so good card. I'm running 2 Wolf. Wolf, when he's sent from the deck to the graveyard, you special summon him. Just gives you more bodies to push for OTKs because he's 2100 attack. Or level 4s gives you ability to make synchros with Raiden, Minerva, or Felis, which I all run in this deck. And you can make level 4 XZs if you got Valkyria or Raiden on the field. And then just to have a similar wolf effect but with a different name, I am running 1 Felis. This one is also a tuner, which helps with the synchro plays, and you contribute this card to destroy a card on the field, well, a monster on the field, and send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So destroy a monster, mill some stuff, that's good. Minerva, another Lightsworn name, just a 1 of. You know, when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you mill another card additionally. It's a level 3 tuner, so with Wolf you can make a Michael. And just another name to get Judgment Dragon out. And then we are running our Twilight Sworns. I'm running 1 Jane, 1 Raiko, and 1 Lila. If you have Illumina, the Twilight Sworn, definitely recommend running that. But essentially these cards are also just additional Lightsworn names. And they're Dark Lightsworns, which is important because you need dark monsters to summon chaos. So you mostly just run them for that. They do have effects. Jane's you'll never used. Raiko's is you can banish a card by banishing a Lightsworn from your hand or graveyard. That definitely comes in handy. I could have used that earlier, and I messed up not knowing I had that on me to banish one of Tyrell's cards, but it would have been good. And of course, Lila, Twilight Sworn, when a Lightsworn activates its effect, you can destroy a spell or trap card. So, decent effects, and give you more Lightsworns in the name for both Judgment Dragon and Dark Monsters for your Chaos. To have a few other additional Dark Monsters, I'm also running 3 singleton copies of Dangers. I got Bigfoot, I got Nessie, and I got Chupacabra. Bigfoot's a big body, which if you can summon him, goes out for OTKs. Chupacabra, you know, they all have abilities that discard from the hand and can get them in the grave, which is nice because we want to get dark monsters in the grave. It's mostly all you use them for. Their own effects can sometimes come into play. You know, you can target a danger in your graveyard and special summon it, and then this one lets you search a danger from your deck. So those can come into play, but mostly you're just using them to get dark monsters in the grave. Alright, so that's it for the monster lineup. Now we are at the spells. I am running triple Chaos Space. So Chaos Space, you send a light or dark monster from your hand to the grave to add a level 4 to 8 light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, but it has to be a different attribute from the one you send. So if you send a light, you're adding one of the dark guys. If you're sending a dark, you're adding one of the light chaos monsters. So that searches out. You can use that skillfully to search out any of your big chaos monsters like Creator, Daedalus, Blackluster Soldier, etc. And you can even search Judgment Dragon with it because he is a light monster that cannot be normal summoned or set. And then you can banish this card from the grave to target one of your banished light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. Put it on the bottom of the deck. Draw a card. So you both reload that monster into your deck and you draw a card. So solid card, very good. Now because we're running Chaos Daedalus, we do need to run a field spell. I didn't think the Lightsworn field spell was any good, and the Chaos field spell was never coming to play, so I've actually been playing triple Dark Sanctuary. This is the Spirit Board card, but the only thing it does in this deck is when you have it on the field, when your opponent tries to attack, every time they attack, you flip a coin, and if it's head, the attack is negated, and they take life point damage equal to half that monster's attack. So, you know, it can just stall, give additional burn for if you've already pushed out a bunch of damage, but you need a little something else. So, definitely, my field spell I've been playing. Definitely room to test out lots of field spells, see what could happen. But yeah, I didn't like the Lightsworn or the Chaos one. So then, because we're playing Lightsworns, we got triple Solar Recharge. Discard a Lightsworn, draw 2 cards, send 2 cards to the grave. Gives you things in the grave for your Chaos cards. Gives you more cards in your hand to play. Great card, unsticks dead hands. Charge a Light Brigade, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Add a level 4 or lower Lightsworn from your deck to your hand. Use it mostly to get Lumina. If you already have Lumina, you probably get Raiden, because those are probably the two you want to see the most. And it also mills cards, which lets your Chaos cards be live. And then last, I'm running one Upstart Goblin just to shorten the deck, and one Foolish Burial to send the light or dark monster that I need at the time from the deck to the grave. That is it for main deck. Now we are getting into the extra deck. Definitely, if you have a normal extra deck of link plays that can build negation boards, that's kind of the thing to go into. I don't really have a great extra deck, so as far as my extra deck, the only cards that I really think are super important for me, Michael, which banishes cards and then sends cards to the graveyard. You can make that with any level 7 of the Lightsworn guys, any combo of your tuners and Lightsworns that equal 7, and then Minerva. Minerva lets you send more cards to the grave, keeps your Chaos things live, draws you cards, gives you more cards to play, can destroy cards, and Michael gives you some reload. So very nice cards to have. Lightsworns players, you want stuff in the grave, you love those. For the rest of them, I'm mostly running just level 4 XZs that I can go into. Wolf, Valkyria, and Raiden. Anytime you got 2 of those on the field, you can make level 4 XZs. So I'm running Baguska. This card is great because if you go first, I can make Baguska and not get destroyed, hopefully. Other important big ones, Tornado Dragon can be good. Pop spell or trap cards. Castel shuffles cards back into the deck. A card back into the deck. Gaga Cowboy helps, Samurai helps OTK. Good for attacking twice. Dark Rebellion, target a monster, reduce its attack by half, give it half the attack. That can be big for an OTK and getting over a big monster. Cowboy, 800 burn for game. Heartland Draco. I really like this card in a lot of rank 4 decks because if you push a lot of damage, they're under 2,000 or left, you can just make Heartland Draco attack directly, kind of ignoring their board. You don't have to worry about attacking over monsters. Abyss Dweller, negate effects of cards in the graveyard, very good. Another Castel. Exciton Knight, just to blow up more, if you're behind, you can blow up your opponent's whole field, maybe save yourself, get back in the game. Maestroke, mostly because it's a wall that you can use for defense, and it's a dark monster, which is good for the chaos. And then last, I got a Hip Hushingen, light link monster. You can make it with any of the Lightsworns. He gives them all 800 attack. Now he does decrease the attack of dark monsters, so use that very wisely, but you can push for extra damage, get a light back, and that is the Chaos Daedalus deck profile. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned to check out more.